All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner, JM Football, doing a film breakdown on one of my favorite players in the NFL right now, and that's Quinnen Williams, defensive tackle for the Jets. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. He's been balling this year. I mean, for defensive tackles this year, he's first in sacks with 7, second in QB hits with 9. Like, he has been just a force in the pass game, in the run game, obviously. And I'm going to start the video. I know, like, we're going to look through the sacks and the great pass rush moves that he does, and those are all huge parts of why he's great. But he also makes so many plays for other guys on the team, and that's how I want to start this film breakdown. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It's been awesome to see Quinnen Williams do well. He was someone I loved in that 2019 draft. Honestly, I was hoping he'd fall to the Giants at 6. But let's get into it. First play. So we're going to go through about... I had like 45 plays written down on this guy. Only going to do, I think, what I have. Like 20, 24. Like so many I had to cut out. But just him setting up plays for other guys. So obviously lined up at defensive tackle here on the inside of the guard at 2I. So just there's so much upper body strength and his footwork is really coming together. But he just always lands his hands the way he wants to. Like gets his hands inside and is able to bench press and get this center off of balance. I mean, look at him getting him off balance. You know, they're throwing run action, so he has to play that. And as soon as he sees this is play action, watch the hands dump him. Rip down. See that left hand rip through. And we've got a QB hit on this. I actually did a breakdown just on this interception in general. But Quinnen Williams forces this interception. Quinnen Williams getting that QB hit was the difference between a 20-yard play for the Broncos and an interception. And he made that happen. Here we got him lined up inside the left tackle. Setting up stunt. Forcing the QB to check down. I mean, just look at this strength and the get off. Sell upfield to occupy the left guard. Rip his hands in through. Watch how quick these hands. Bam, we're ripping through, and now get into 79's hip. And just lays him out. Lays him out while also occupying the left guard. And you've got a guy who's able to loop around and force the Broncos into a check down. Here we got him lined up over here. He makes the play for the linebacker. They're running zone. He wants to help David Bakhtiari, who's a great left tackle, get to this block, and then he's supposed to come off to the linebacker. But Quinnen Williams steps with it. I mean, just watch the explosion off the line of scrimmage. We're in his hip. We know what they're going to try and do, so be patient and just ride this guard. Ride this guard, which occupies him. And then it allows the linebacker to fly up here, untouched, and get a big hit on Aaron Jones. Like, great play by the linebacker, but this doesn't happen without Quinnen Williams. Next play. Again, allowing the linebacker to make a run stop. This outside in rip. See him rip his right arm through the right arm of 71. Now we're occupying 2 blockers. So what does that do? It allows your linebacker to come in here and fill. And also you see the strength. We're going to see this in some pass rush. That when he gets into this double team, to be able to use his hands and just bench 2 guys off of him. Like, that showed up a lot. There's very few defensive tackles in the NFL who can work with his speed, power, and do that type of stuff. Have the hand usage that he has. Here, a pass rush. Going to create a sack for somebody else on the stunt. Good get off. Land the hands. And just watch the feet keep moving. We're going to push him all the way back in. Aaron Rodgers walks into a sack. Because Quinnen Williams walks 70 back into his lap. Good stuff. Here, lined up here versus the Dolphins. This is going to end up being a 5-yard run, but he stops this from being like a 15, 20-yard run, or even bigger maybe. How does he do it? Look him get this center off balance and in the backfield. Get penetration. Lands his hands inside. Good leverage. So he's able to drive the center back. It messes up the puller on this. It messes the puller up on this. which doesn't end up impacting the play, but that can, that's huge. Like, to be able to get that penetration, so gets him off balance. So where are we driving him back to? The ball's being snapped right here. We're driving him back 3 yards in the backfield. What does that do? That slows the running back. Now you have the center in the running back's lap, so he has to hesitate. Just for a second, hesitate. But just that second allows this linebacker to get underneath this block and make the tackle for only a 5-yard gain. Where if there's no hesitation, he's gone. He's got the one-on-one with the safety number 3. Next play, where do we line him? We got him lined up over the center. He ends up getting credited for the sack on this. But his stunt. He's setting up the stunt. Plays into this outside shoulder. Rips the right hand through. Puts that left hand on 68. And allows 91 to get in here for this on this stunt. On this TE stunt. I mean, just helping his teammates out. And guess what? He can't do it, so you clean it up. You get credited for the sack, Quinnen Williams. Because you made it happen anyways. Here versus the Steelers. They're going to run a draw. Yeah, well, they're not going to get any. They're going to get a tackle for a loss on this. Because he goes with this meat hook. Watch the left hand. Bam. Wrap it around that back shoulder. Look what you just did to... you've got the center's right leg all the way up in the air like this. And now we got penetration. You get hands on Najee. He's able to get out here. We've got a tackle for a loss. You guys can all have fun making this tackle for a loss. 4 guys on 1. This guy made that happen. This next play is going to eat this double team and then spin off of it. Again, just eating the double team, which is a part of the job being a defensive tackle. Like forcing them to stay on you. Allowing 57 to make this play. 9 does a good job as well. But then once this running back comes through this lane, spin off of it. Spin off of it and help with the tackle. So those were just, we just spent, 10 minutes almost on just the plays he makes for other people. Now let's talk about Quinnen Williams just balling as a pass rusher. Let's do that now. This play doesn't affect this was just dominance. I just wanted to put this play in here to start it. Watch him stun this left guard. Now they're running a jet sweep, so it doesn't really make a difference on the play. But I just wanted to put this in here to start this. That's grown man shit. Land the hands, bench him off. His upper body strength is just unreal. It's really, I think, the straw that stirs the Quinnen Williams drink. Now here versus the Patriots. Going to work to this club. Force Mac Jones out of the pocket. Good feet. 1, 2. And then just watch the violence in this left hand, the club. Bam. Right hand ripped through. We're forcing Mac Jones to throw the ball away. Here, this is what I would like Quinnen Williams to do more. Just bull guys. He works great hands, and obviously it works great. But I think because offensive linemen are so worried about all the things that he can do, that you can get this. You can get offensive linemen in your heels and just bulls Cole Strange. Just fire off low, good feet, land the hands, get leverage. And you're putting the left guard into the lap of the quarterback. And then here gets a sack because of the strength that Quinnen Williams gets because of the bull rush. Well, guess what? Cole Strange is going to have to lean now. He wants to make sure I'm not going to get bull rush. What happens? You take advantage of it and you get your sack. You get that 7th sack of the season. Look, watch as he leans and lunges. Take those hands. Rip through. Take advantage of the leaner. Feet never stop. And you get your 7th sack of the season. Here versus the Packers. Line up over the guard. I mean, strip sack, spins the guard around. Good feet. Plays it. You see, you got the hands inside his chest. Now watch the right hand. Right hand gets, it's hard to see, but gets underneath the left arm of the guard and literally just spins him around. Spin around, shove him into the quarterback, and you've got a strip sack. Here, lined up at nose tackle versus the Packers. He's actually trying to set the stun up on this, but he just ends up getting the sack. He's just trying to occupy these two offensive linemen. So he gets into this rip. Watch the quick hands. 1, 2, bam. Rip in the guard. Push those, use those hands to separate. Sack. Again, his job on this is to free this player. Instead, he just goes out and gets the sack himself. Here versus the Broncos, lined up over the center. Again, he's setting up the stunt on this. He's setting up the stunt for 91. He plays into the guard's hip. Just, you see the strength just knock him off balance. And he's already beat this center, even if this was just a one-on-one. Like, he beats the center. Using both those hands. QB hit. Here again versus center, or versus the guard. Watch the left hand. Let's start. Left hand. Swipes it off of him. Stabs with the right hand. Up into the chest plate. And then the right hand. He wants to rip. It's not there. Let's bring it over the top. QB hit. Like, pass rushing with a plan, being able to counter versus what they do. I mean, it's just all so fluid. Like swipe, stab, rip, swim. QB hit. Here versus the Dolphins. Again, just using his power. Lands his hands inside. A little high on this, honestly. But just stuns him with his power. Bam. On his heels. Into the quarterback's lap. Like just bully ball. And then some stuff in the run game. Here, playing zone, playing wide zone. Defensive tackles, how many times are they making plays in wide zone? Quinnen Williams does. Get inside that hip. Ride him. Drive him. You get a pile up here. You disengage. You get flat down the line. Run stop. Versus the Packers. You're jumping in that inside gap. They're going out. Tackle for a loss. Just dominant stuff. Here versus the Packers again. Working outside in. Watch the feet. Look how much ground we're going. 1, 2. Right hand's ripping through. We've won the rep. Keep the feet moving. Keep the hands fighting. Tackle for a loss. Versus the Patriots. Lined up here over the guard. I mean, just totally controlling the offensive lineman. Like, he's playing offensive line. Like, we're landing the hands. We're bench pressing him off of us. We've got good leverage. We're getting penetration. And now, keep your hips square. And let the running back decide what you're doing next. The running back's not going to come through here, but be patient. He wants to go through this gap. Let's get a tackle. Again, just it's like child's play. Just from the start of the rep to the finish of it, just doing whatever he wants. Again versus the Patriots. Doing whatever he wants on this rep. Lands the hands inside. You want to come in the A-gap? All right. Nope. You want to bounce? I'm here too. So just awesome stuff. And I want to finish it off with this. So you see how he's just a dominant player. He should be all pro this year. Recovers the fumble. I just want to let you show him just murder Tyreek Hill. So he's been a fun player to watch. Like, people usually aren't thrilled with watching defensive tackle play. I think Aaron Donald's always in a class of his own, but I think Quinnen Williams is just that next class in the NFL for defensive tackle play. So like and subscribe to the channel. There'll be more film breakdowns. I might have a draft one out next week. So look out for that, and obviously all the other stuff on the channel. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.